Welcome to one of my favorite places on the homestead. It's my high tunnel. Let's give you a tour. This high tunnel is unheated. It's got 6 mil polyethylene plastic over it. It is a 30-foot wide by 48 feet long in dimensions. I've got an outside water source that hooks up to our county water. So I just run a hose inside. Along the side here, we have roll-up sides. So every day I come over and I roll them up, this one and the one on the other side, to let the air flow in and to cool it off because it gets surprisingly hot inside of there when the sun is out. Down at the other end you can see a couple of tanks. We are working on rainwater collection, so we've installed rain gutters that go into those tanks. We have yet to get the pump to get the water out of the tanks yet, so it's a work in progress, but eventually I'd like to irrigate off of our rainwater tanks rather than our county line water. You can see on the front we have a garage type roll-up door. We've actually got that locked in. I thought it'd be a great idea to have one of those, having never had a high tunnel before. And it turns out we never use it. And it gets pretty windy here and stormy. And the wind was just blowing that all around. So eventually we just locked them down. Let's see if you can see. This metal here is called wiggle wire. And you put it in this channel and it keeps the plastic on tight without ripping it. So that's what we did for this one. And we actually have one on the other side of the high tunnel as well. So if I did it over again, wouldn't bother with those. Just a door big enough to get a wheelbarrow through. See, we also added a couple of vents to increase the ventilation. One on this side and one on the other side. And before we go inside, just one last little fun tip. This was a bonus. We got a surprise delivery of some wood chips from our local tree trimming company. And any day that you get free wood chips is a good day in my book. I highly recommend making friends with a tree trimmer. Wood chips are great for mulch. I put them in all the paths. It breaks down into great soil. It keeps moisture in. Oh, it's so great. And it's free. All right, let's go inside. See what the high tunnel looks like. We're very high tech here. Okay, this is what the high tunnel looks like in the middle of March. We had some really warm days and some really cold days. It goes back and forth. Today's a really cold day. Outside, it has barely hit 40 degrees. But you can see my plants are pretty happy. Right now, I'm transitioning from the winter vegetables and starting the spring plantings. So, like on the far right tunnel row, we've got spring bunching onions that I planted last fall. They're pretty big now. I'll be able to harvest them soon. And then I just seeded some lettuce. These next couple rows show the end of the broccoli, the kale, the collards, and I've started planting Swiss chard, beets, spinach, turnips, all sorts of fun stuff. But it's been great harvesting kale and collards all winter long. This row you can see here has wooden posts along the top of it. This is where I grew tomatoes last summer, and I trellised them using the ropes, and I will do that again this year. I will move those wooden beams to the next row over that has the posts, just to rotate them around a little bit. It worked great. One last thing. You know how I said it was barely 40 degrees outside? Well, in here, you could see the moisture. It's sort of raining. And if you look here, what does that say? Looks like inside it is a balmy 85 degrees. During the winter time, when it's sunny out, this is the best place to be. Why do you think I said this is becoming my favorite place? I'll be showing you lots more of my gardening here in the high tunnel as spring and summer comes. That's all for now. Here's what the side looks like with the side rolled up, so you can see the air can get in. And we've put in some mesh bug screen along the side, because believe it or not, last summer, which was my first summer using this high tunnel, the bugs still got in and destroyed a lot. So I'm hoping that this screen mesh is going to help keep them out a little better this year. It's worth a shot. We will see. For watering my plants, I have two methods. The easiest one is the drip line that I've got, one on each little row, and it's set on a timer so that every other day or so I just turn it on for about 45 minutes, and that takes care of it. But that really only works with the bigger plants. For the little ones, they have such tiny roots, or no roots at all if they're just seeds. I have to be a little more direct with them, so I've got a regular hose with a shower wand on it. It's pretty gentle on the plants, so it doesn't hurt them when the water hits them. Gotta keep the little seeds and plants happy. In case you're wondering why this butterfly net is here hanging, it's because I use it to try, and let me repeat, attempt to catch the cabbage moths when they're flying around in here. I'm only partly, marginally successful, but it's worth a shot. Oh, and I also do catch butterflies with that net too. It's amazing how many fly in here inadvertently and get stuck along the walls, so I can catch them and then release them outside to freedom. We're having below freezing temperatures for several nights this week, and it's just cold and dreary, so I covered up all of the rows in the high tunnel, hoping to keep the new starts warm. It hasn't been cold enough. It's like 29 or so. The full grown plants, the winter ones, are fine, but the little babies need some protection. So we'll see if we can keep them alive till it starts to warm up again. In the meantime, this guy couldn't fit, so he's gonna be dinner. You guys, I can't cook at all. Don't ask me to do anything fancy. However, even I can take this kale, rip it up into pieces, take it off the stems, put some water in the bottom of an Instant Pot, and put these pieces into a, what do you call? See, I'm no baker. What is this? A steamer basket. Yeah. Turn it on for 2 minutes on manual high, and it makes the best cooked kale. Even I can do that. No excuses. You got to use up all these good vegetables that we grow here. If I can do it, you can do it. I totally just got dripped on.